In the previous class, we are discussing about validations.
Yes, sir.
Somebody is editing the report. Is it? User 115. Please put the report in display mode so that I can change the report here. Okay. Fine. So in the previous class, we are just looking into the validation part. So how to do the validation? We have seen we need to write a select query. For example, the user has given some value here or here, somewhere, like in the selection screen, the user will give some value. He don't know that always he need to give a correct value. He may give some junk values. Then you need to check and you need to stop him at the same time.
Yes, sir.
So for that, what we are doing, we are writing a select query and we are checking whether the value which was provided by the user is there in the database table or not. We are checking here in the selection screen event.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have already discussed that selection screen is used for validation, correct?
Yes, sir.
And if the value is not there, if SAP is not equal to 0, we are giving a message, correct? So now
Yes,
we
sir.
are going further. The next step is in the selection screen there are several sub events we have discussed, correct? So the sub event, one of the sub event is selection screen on field, FIELD field. Here what I meant is this field means you need to put any of the field which you have given in the selection screen. Say for example, these are the fields. S underscore Weblan is one of the field. S underscore LFART is another field. Like that, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields are there in the selection screen. You can take any one of the field. For example, S underscore Weblan, and put it here. And after that, you can write validation for S underscore Weblan. So now what is the difference between selection screen and selection screen on field? At selection screen event, you can write code for validating all the fields, whereas selection screen on field is only particular for some field, only particular to one field. That is the difference.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to write validation for only one field, you can use selection screen on field name. This improves the performance. Whereas at selection screen, you can write the code for all the fields. Okay. Then the next one. At selection screen output. So what is the use of selection screen output? If you see your notes, can you tell me what is the use of selection screen output?
Used to modify screen layout.
Yeah, use it to modify the screen layout. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So now my selection screen is like this. So now what I will do is I will put a radio button here. Say I will. Do you know how to give a radio button in the selection screen?
Yes, sir.
Do we have discussed this? How to give a radio button? How to give a checkbox?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me give a radio button. See, this is how you can give a radio button. Say for example, a radio button. The syntax is parameters. Give the parameters. Give some name. R1. The syntax is radio button group G1. You can give any group name. This is our own name. R1 is our own name. Similarly, group G1 is also our own name. Okay, similarly, I'll give one more radio button. R2 radio button, group G1, same group. So this is how you can give a radio button. Now, after declaring the radio button, what will happen in the selection screen? Let us see. See, there is a button option is coming in the selection screen, correct? So now you can give some conditions here. If R1 radio button is selected, do something. If R2 radio button is selected, do something. Like that you can do. So inside the program, how you know whether R1 is selected or R2 is selected?
We need to.
Okay, say for example, here after at selection screen output, I will write some start of selection event here, START start of selection. I'll say here if R1 is equal to capital X in single quotes, right? R1 selected. Say my copy and paste. If R2 is equal to X, right, R2 is selected. Okay. So what I'm meant to say is, when you select the radio button R1, if you come inside the program, the value will be X. That means once the radio button is there with R1, R1 is X. If I execute this program, the output is R1 selected. Okay, so if I click here and then execute, then R2 is X now. So R2 is selected, this one is coming. Got it? So inside the program, the value will be X. If you select the R1, R1 is X. If you select R2, R2 is X. Okay. So this is how you can create a radio button. Now the next thing, how to create a checkbox. There is one more thing, creating checkbox. How to create a checkbox? The keyword is again parameters. Give some name, CH, add checkbox. Otherwise I will give C1 add checkbox. C2 adds checkbox. So I am creating two checkboxes. Same code I will write here. If C1 is equal to X, C1 selected. If C2 is equal to X, C2 is selected. So when I give the parameters as a checkbox, see these kind of checkboxes are coming. Now you can check this box, C1 and C2. Now tell me, are you looking any difference between a radio button and checkbox? What is the difference between a radio button and checkbox?
Yes, sir. Radio button select only one button.
Yes.
Checkbox select more than one.
Yes. Radio button. In a given group of radio button, what is the group of these two radio buttons?
G1.
While declaring radio button, we have said group G1 for both. Okay. So in a given group of radio buttons, you can select only one at a time. Whereas checkboxes, you can select only one or two or all. Any combinations you can put in checkbox. Okay.
So
So I'll keep like that.
what's the use, sir? Now we're declaring radio button and checkbox.
By declaring radio button and checkbox, sometimes what will happen? Your selection screen should have some conditions. Say for example, if the date is this one, otherwise if the posting date is falling under this limit, do this selection. Something like that. There will be some selection conditions will be there based on your checkboxes. Then we will write the code inside. If R1 is equal to X, do this part. If C1 is equal to X, do this part. Like that we will write code based on the checkboxes and radio buttons. Okay, we will see it. We will use it, the radio buttons and checkboxes practically, and we will see what's the use of this. Okay. So now I'll execute this. See what's the output. R1 is selected, C1, C2 are also selected. Correct. I have selected R1, C1, C2 are selected. R2 is selected, C1, C2 are selected. So this is how you can make use of parameters and radio buttons. Now, let us see what is the practical use of this radio buttons and checkbox. Now, I'm commenting these checkboxes. I'm only concentrating on radio buttons. Say for example, my user is having this kind of requirement. I'll tell you. So what my user is saying is, if R1 is somebody selected the radio button R1, then he will enter the delivery document number. If he selects the R2, then he will enter the delivery type. He will not enter the delivery document number. This should not be entered by him when he selected the R2. Whereas when he selects the R1, then what should happen? He has to enter the delivery. He should not be able to enter the delivery type. Here, he should not be able to enter the delivery document. Okay, this kind of things we can do, we can achieve with the radio buttons and checkboxes in the selection screen output. Okay, so first I will give some names to the radio buttons, and I will put the radio buttons in order. Okay, the first one, now if you observe, I have given two radio buttons sequentially. See, this is the first radio button. After that, delivery is coming. This is the second radio button. After that, delivery type is coming. Okay. So like this, I have given the screen. So this is how you can give parameters R1 radio button group G1 here. After that, select options. Again parameter R2 radio button group G1. After that, remaining select options. I have given like this. Now, I'll go to text elements, selection text. R1 means I'll say select based on delivery document number. R2 is select based on delivery type. So I'll give two texts here. I'll activate. And I'll execute. Now see the radio button. This is select based on delivery document number. So if I click this, select based on delivery type. See, this is the delivery type, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now I have one more requirement. When I click on this select based on delivery type, I don't want this field to be appear here. I don't want this delivery field should appear here. Similarly, when I click on select based on delivery document number, I don't want this delivery type select option. I don't want this at all, delivery type. How to do this? To do this, you can write coding in at selection screen output. We have already seen that at selection screen output is used to modify the layout, correct? So now we want to modify the layout based on the radio button selection. So I will write the coding in at selection screen output. So I will write the code like this: loop at screen and loop. Okay. So now this radio button, select option, for this select option, we will give a modif ID. There is something called modif ID. Modif ID means the screen will remember the select options with the modif ID name. So I will give here anything, modif ID, say for example, modif ID, I will give ABC. You can give any name. Similarly, for delivery type, I will give modif ID XYZ, and don't give any single quotes, give it in without single quotes, modif ID XYZ. So now Veblen means delivery document number which has a modif ID ABC. This is LFART. LFART means this is a delivery type which has a modif ID XYZ. Okay. Now come here and write here. If screen hyphen, there is a field called group in the screen, so that group 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 1 is equal to ABC. And if radio button R1 is selected, that means radio button R1 is equal to X, I'll say screen hyphen act2 is equal to 0. So I will write the code first and then I will try to explain.
Okay, sir.
And if let me check it once. No, I need to write something like. So now if you observe, see when I am clicking on the radio button, this select based on a delivery document number. Okay. So then what's happening? Only delivery document number is there. Delivery type, it's not there. Previously delivery type was there here, correct? Now it's not there. Now I'll select this radio button. I'll press enter. Then what happened? Delivery document number was gone.
Yes, sir.
It's not there.
Yes, sir.
So if you select this radio button, press enter. Then what happened?
Delivery
Type was gone. Okay, this kind of layout changes you can do in the event at selection screen output. So now I will explain you how to do this. See, what you need to do is you are concentrating on two particular selection fields, correct? The first field is delivery document number, that is S_Veblen. The second field is S_LFART. So now for S_Veblen, I have given the modified as ABC. For S_LFART, I have given a modified as XYZ. Okay. So now I'm coming to the looped screen. That means I'm coming here. So where we have to write code for this? We need to write code for this in at selection screen output. So here what I'm doing? I'm doing looped screen. If screen hyphen group 1 is equal to ABC, that means if delivery document is selected, for what we have given ABC? ABC we have given for delivery document number, correct? So the same I'm saying here. If delivery document number is selected, and if radio button 2 is selected, if radio button 2 we are giving for the delivery document type, correct?
Yes, sir.
If by chance radio button 2 is selected, then make this field as 0. 0 means disappear that field from the screen. Screen hyphen act2 is equal to 0 means don't display the particular field in the screen. If radio button 2 is not selected, then display the field. Display the field means screen hyphen act2 is equal to 1. Okay. Similarly, if somebody selects the radio button for delivery type, okay, so that means when the second radio button is selected, and whenever this delivery type was coming with the name XYZ, so whenever the field is coming with the name XYZ, if radio button 1 is selected, disappear that field. If radio button 2 is selected, put the field on the screen. That's what this coding. After that, after finally, if you are putting all these conditions, write the command modify screen. Okay. So yeah, try to practice it once or twice. You will be getting comfortable with this. What is this means? Screen hyphen group 1 is ABC means if the field with the ABC name comes under the loop. Looped screen means what looped screen will do? It will take all the fields on the screen. How many fields are there on the screen?
5 fields.
See, this is delivery is one field, delivery type is another field, enter loading date is another field, material, sales, it will take, yeah, in the looped screen, it will take all the fields one by one. So while it was taking one by one, whenever the first field with the name ABC is coming, do this.
Okay.
Whenever the field with the name XYZ is coming, do this. That's what I'm saying. Okay?
Like what is this screen active is equal to 0? Like
Screen active is equal to 0 means don't display that field. When it is looping, no, whenever it is looping, it will loop for 5 times, say for example, for each field. When the field name is XYZ and R1 is selected, don't display that XYZ field.
okay.
Okay. When the field name is ABC and R2 is selected, don't display that ABC field.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'll execute here. I'll press this and press enter. When I press enter, what's happening? The delivery document is gone. But every time I don't want to press enter. As soon as I select the radio button, the action, that means whatever I want the action without pressing enter.
Yes, sir.
Till now what I'm doing, I'm selecting the radio button, now press enter, then only the the layout was changing. I don't want to press enter every time. So what I can do is, I can add here user command U1 or anything, user command U1 I will add for the radio buttons.
Sir, like if you want to modify the screen without giving modified it, can we do it?
Yeah, you can do it. Without giving modified it, what you can do is, there is something called screen-name.
Yeah.
I will tell you. I will tell you.
Okay.
See, now automatically by selecting, I am not pressing enter now. Previously I was pressing enter. Now I am not pressing enter. It was happening automatically. Now how to do this? So to do this, you need to add for the radio button group G1, add another syntax, user command, some name you can give, U1, U2, U3, anything, U1. Okay. So if you give this user command based on the radio button selection, the fields will automatically change. The cursor will come into the at selection screen output immediately, and it will execute the code what you have written in at selection screen output. Okay, now instead of active, I'll give screen-input. Now let us see what will happen if I give input instead of active. What's happening?
That's become to display.
When I select the first radio button, I can't enter anything into the delivery type. This is grayed out. Correct? Here, delivery type got grayed out. you cannot give any input.
Yes, sir.
Whereas
Yes, sir.
you can give some input in the delivery number. You can give something here. But when you select this radio button, you cannot give anything in the delivery number. You can give the delivery type. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
what the use of screen-input.
Okay.
So now you have seen screen-active, screen-input, screen-group 1 also you know now. Now let me take you into the screen. What are all the fields are available in the screen? Go to the SE11, give the screen here, click on display. What is the screen? Screen is a structure which is having so many fields. Okay. So now I have given screen-group 1 is equal to ABC. This is one of the field, okay, in the structure. Similarly, screen-input I have given, screen-active I have given. I have given all those from here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can try to use the remaining fields. You just check what is the screen-output. Okay, screen-invisible. Check what is this. How to check? Instead of screen-input in our code, instead of input, give invisible and see what will happen. Okay, and instead of input, you give output here, screen-output, and then see what will happen. And similarly, screen-required will be there. Yeah, required. Instead of input, you give the required here. Okay, all the places wherever the input is there, replace all input by required, and let me know what's happening. Okay, so you'll try it and you let me know what's happening. So basically my intention is to tell you how to use the at selection screen output event. So at selection screen output event will be used to modify the layouts. Now you have seen practically how to modify the screen layouts, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now the next thing, at selection screen on value request.
Yes, sir.
For some field, for what we'll use this at selection screen on value request?
For a particular field.
For which purpose we'll use?
To provide a search help, sir.
Yeah. Whenever you find this word value request, remember value request means that is a search help.
Yes, sir.
Value request or search help. Search help is also known as F4 help, correct? F4
Yes, sir.
help. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So now, say for example, I will comment this. So I'm trying to put a search help for BZIRK. Okay, BZIRK. Now what is this BZIRK? Let us see. BZIRK is this one. Parameters. See, this is a sales district. It's already having a search help. Search help is giving some list of objects also. But the thing is, I want my own search help. I don't want SAP search help. I want my own search help. Okay, so then what to do? Write this at selection screen on value request for P_score BZIRK. After this, how to write code inside this? Right here, so to provide F4 help, there is a function module. Okay, the function module name is F4 if internal table value request. Yeah, this is the function module name. F4 if int table value request. Okay, so give this function module name and press enter. You know what is the function module? Remembered?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so give this function module name. Press enter. So where you have written this in at selection screen on value request for p underscore bzirk. After this, I have called this function module. This is a SAP standard function module for which we will export something, and after this function module will return something for us. So function module means it will take something from the program, it will import something from the program, and it will export the result, correct? The
Yes,
same, this function module also will do the same. Okay, so here ret field, that means return field. What is the return field?
P underscore
Return field is give p underscore bzirk. This is the return field, and dynprog. This is a program. Which program? Currently we are using this search help. What is the program name?
ZTest 28 classical report.
Yeah, ZTest 28 classical report. Okay, you can give here like this. Otherwise, do you remember any system variable which stores the current program name?
So, program or
RE
REPID. REPID. You can give this one also. Okay, now the next one. This is dynpr. This is a screen number. dynp means dynpro. Dynpro means screen. NR means number. Screen number it was asking. What is the screen number? Screen number you can give 1000.
oh, sir.
By default, the selection screen number is 1000. This is the default value. Selection screen you are getting right finally. The selection screen number is 1000 always.
Okay, sir.
Now here, dynpro field you need to give. Dynpro field is again p underscore bzirk. Okay, value arg also you need to give yes here. I will tell you what is this yes later. So value arg you give here yes. Okay, and here you need to pass the table. Whenever you click on F4 help, there should be some list, some pop-up should come, right? The pop-up should have some values.
Yes, sir.
So we need to pass some internal table here. Okay, so then what I will do, I will declare one internal table first here. Okay, and then I will get the data into the internal table. After getting the data into the internal table, I will put that internal table here. So first I will declare some internal table. I will create a structure. Types begin of ty underscore stru. So now which table I should look into for this bzirk? I will go for the check table. bzirk check table. Only bzirk is there. Then I will better go for VBR or LIKP, which table we are taking here? LIKP. I'll go to the LIKP itself. Here I will take some fields, Veblen. In the types begin off, I'll put that. Veblen type
LIKP.
VB, not VB, it's LIKP, correct?
LIKP.
LIKP hyphen VBELN.
Vietnam.
What else? Any other field we can take? Yeah, VKORG I will take. Type LIKP VKORG. Similarly, you can also take what is the field required for us? That field is BZIRK. Type LIKP hyphen BZIRK. End of TYSCRU. Structure is over. I'll declare one internal table, data, iTab, type, table of TYSTRU. I'll write a select statement. Select select VBELN VKORG BZIRK from which table?
From LIKP table.
LIKP.
Yeah, LIKP, and put it into table.
iTab.
Yeah, iTab. Yeah, iTab. And where? Is there any where condition?
Yes, sir. BZRK is.
BZRK, no. Actually, this thing, why we are fetching all the entries is to get the BZRK value in the selection screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Don't give anything here. Don't give anything here.
Okay.
So where condition is not required. You will get some 100 records or 200 records into this iTab. Okay. Otherwise, you can use another one more syntax is there. The syntax is up to 100 rows. That means first 100 records will come. You can put this kind of syntax. First 100 records of LIKP table will come into iTab if you give like this. Okay. So after getting the records into the iTab, pass the iTab here. Okay. So always uncomment the exceptions and messages. So it is a good habit to uncomment the exceptions and messages. Now save it, check it, activate, and execute. Now it's going for a dump. See, now you can see this. So this is a delivery document number, this is a sales organization, and this is a sales district. Sales district is coming blank for the first 100 entries. maybe sales district is blank. Correct? Then what is the use? Say for example, why it is coming blank? Because if I go to the LIKP table, we have taken the entries from LIKP table, correct?
Yes, sir.
If I go to the LIKP table and select this record, what is this? 8003370, correct? 833370. For this, what is the sales district? BZARK.
Nothing.
Sales district, what it is? Blank in the database table. In the database table, for all these, sales district is blank. So here also it was coming as blank. Got it? So there is no use. We cannot select the sales district from this. So what we'll do? We'll do one thing. Here in the where condition, I will say up to 100 rows.
Muted.
Uh,
Unmuted.
where that sales district means BZIRK not equal to space. You can give like this. If you give this, what I'm saying, get the records into the internal table I tab when the BZIRK is not equal to space. Now if you see, click here. Now see, these are filling with the values, correct? Why now these were coming with the values? Previously why it won't come with the values and now why it's coming up with the values?
You are giving where conditions, sir.
We are giving in the where condition we are saying
Not.
select the entries when this field is not blank.
Yes, sir.
So that's why it was coming as a search help, correct?
Yes, sir.
And now I will say here what I'll do execute. And one more important thing. If I double click on here, which field should go and sit? Say, if I click on this US0015, okay, this is the F4 help for sales district, correct? Now this pop-up is F4 help for sales district. If I click here, this US0015 should go here and sit, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now see what's happening. It's going. US0015 is going and sitting. How many times this US0015 is repeating?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So many times, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Similarly, how many times this GB0015 is repeating? 2 times.
2 times.
I don't want 2 times. I want one. If it is there for 1 time, it is sufficient, correct? To select it. If I select this record also, GB15 will come. If I select this also, GB15 will come. So why to have 2 records? If I have single record, that's enough.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You are getting what I am saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
to do that, what you need to do? To do that, what you need to do is, after selecting the data into your internal table, sort your internal table, sort iTab by sales district. That is BZIRK. After sorting, what you can do? Excuse me, one moment. Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if sort data by this field, this particular field, and then after that, what you can do, you can say delete adjacent duplicates. There is a syntax, adjacent duplicates from my tab. Comparing BZ. You write this. So I'll put a breakpoint to show you what's happening here. I'll execute this. So now I'll click on F4 button. So here what I'll do, sort itab by BZIRK. So here already some data was there, some 21 entries already came into this. So now now what I'm doing, I'm sorting this based on the BZIRK. So now if you observe, this table got sorted, all ones come together, after that twos, after that GB15s all together comes together, after that US0015 come together. Now what I'm doing, I'm deleting adjacent duplicates. When BZIRK repeats, I'm deleting the repeated entries. Only one entry will remain. So this is the syntax for this. Delete adjacent duplicates from my tab, comparing BZIRK. So now see, if I press F5, see how many records are there?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 records with unique BZIRK. So now if you press F5, only these 6 records will come into your F4 help. You can select any one of these. Okay? Fine?
Yes, sir.
So like this, you can provide a search help, you can modify the layout, and today we have also learned two different syntaxes, that is sorting of the internal table based on some particular field and deleting adjacent duplicates. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So try to practice with this, especially these two things, layout changes as well as providing a F4 help.
Okay, sir.
So practice these two. We will continue with the next events in the next class.
Okay, sir.
Sir, actually,
Tell me.
the layout changes thing.
Layout changes.
Up.
Hmm.
Okay. So like we have given modif ID ABC for radio button 1.
For not
And
for radio button 1, for the particular field. For the field we will have a modified.
Modified. Okay, sir. Like we have given another name for LIKP web for as ABC, right? Sir?
Yeah. Yeah,
Then,
this is alias something like. This is
Can
actually
we
group
use-
name.
Sir, can we use Tablelan only, sir? Down in the.
Can we use?
Can we use LIKP Webelan only in the coding, sir, instead of ABC?
See, now LIKP Weblan is just reference. Now the field in the screen, the field name is S_Weblan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, in the screen, S_LFART is a field name. For this, modified is XYZ. Okay.
Okay.
So now, if see what I'm doing, modified, I'll say here XYZ for this one also.
Okay.
For this field. Now what will happen? These two fields are having a modified XYZ. So the conditions, whatever we have written, those are applicable for these two fields, not one field.
Yeah.
This is a group name. So now if I press this is disabled, correct? Now if I press this, these two fields will disable, see.
Okay.
Why these two
Okay,
fields are disabled? Because these are having modified XYZ, these two fields.
okay, sir.
Okay, so like that. We try to make a practice. We will discuss the next events in the next class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.